Let's talk about the biggest financial mistake when buying your own home. And it's not about the building fabric or the location or something like that. It is something else. So let's talk about that. This is really important. So let's say you buy one home for home ownership or as a home ownership for $500,000. Then you typically invest something around 10 to 20% initial equity capital. So you have 50 to 100,000 euros out of your own pocket. Okay, that's clear. So if you have $500,000, let's say you have 4% interest rate and you have 2% amortization rate. So in total, you have 6%, which means you have to pay before compound interest effect, it's even more. 6% out of 500, you have to pay 30,000 euros per year mortgage payments, which means 2,500 euros per month. Okay? So you have 2,500 euros per month only mortgage payments. Like I said, it's more because of this compound interest effect on the loan. So you have 2,500. And now, really important rule. Your net income should be, or the mortgage you take should be 40% maximum of your household income. Household income. Now let's talk about the biggest financial mistake. Many people say now, yeah, I have household income of 5,000 euros net. I'm able to pay 2,500 euros for my mortgage from the financial perspective. Yes, you might be able to cover the mortgage. And that's the reason why the bank is also giving you the loan. But just because the bank is giving you a loan doesn't necessarily mean that you should take a loan in this range. Because let's think it through. You have 5,000 euros net income minus 2,500 euros a mortgage. Then you have 1,000 euros living expenses, so groceries, vacation, and so on. Then you have other fixed costs for software and so on. So let's say another 500 euros. And then you have also leisure activities. So let's say another 500 euros. If you have children, you have another 500 euros costs for the kindergarten, education, and so on. So we have 5 minus 2,5 minus another 2,5, which means you have 0 income left to actually save money. What does this now mean as a consequence? You don't build wealth, you're just living for your house, you're not owning the house is owning you. You don't save for your retirement, which means the latest point where you lose that house is probably in retirement, because you will have a significantly lower income. Then you have maintenance cost of the house, something needs to be renovated. You don't receive any new loan, you're on retirement, house is gone. So the point where the house becomes really beneficial for you, which means when the mortgage is finished, you have to sell the house. What is now the result? Well, your children don't inherit that much actually, because you sell the house and yeah, you have the profits from the house, but you need that money for your retirement. Not a good idea. In that case, you actually can't afford this house. If you only take, let's say, 40% as a loan, then we have some budget to invest, to save some money. And here you see more or less the same. If you take 40% of the loan, even in that case, if we look at 5,000 euros net salary and we possibly have a lower loan payment of only 2,000 euros per month, yeah, okay, now we have 500 euros per month you can save. But 500 euros, especially for two people, you can't actually save that much money. That's not sufficient to save enough money for retirement. That's not sufficient to build a big real estate portfolio, to rent out apartments, to generate more income in the future. So please, really be careful that you don't take a loan which is too high. You now have two options. Either you wait until your income is increasing. This is option one. Or second option, you shouldn't buy something for 500,000, then you should buy something for 300 and 400,000. Then it might be a smaller apartment. And if this is not satisfying for you to buy a smaller apartment, then you should probably wait until your financial situation is improving. Don't make this typical, and this is rude now, but don't make this typical middle class mistake that you're only working for your house and then you have a house and that's it. No other fundings. You have to be really careful with your monthly expenses. You can't build wealth. And if a renovation is due in 15 years, you already have a problem because you need to take another loan because you didn't have enough fundings to save money. So even the real estate purchase in itself is not fully covered by your income. And this is something you should definitely avoid. So let's say you have a budget. You have a budget of 3,000 euros that you could save, you and your partner together. And you currently pay 1,500 euros for rent, let's say. You do it differently. You don't say, how much money can I pay for my house? You do it differently, that you say, okay, how much money do I have left after all my other investments, after saving money for my child, and so on. So, how do you do it? You have a certain contribution for your retirement. You just invest some money to build wealth, so you can possibly also buy more apartments in the future or more real estate in the future. Then obviously you have your insurance and your fixed costs. And now you have here, let's say, 1,000 euros left. After everything, you pay 1,500 euros for rent. So plus 1,500, which you save if you move to your new apartment, which is yours. So now you have a budget of 2,500 euros for real estate. This is how you do it. Otherwise, you probably tap into any financial trap, and in 5 years you have one house and you wake up and you see, well, I have 3,000 euros in my bank account. This has nothing to do with financial independence, with financial freedom. Like I said, the property owns you and you're not owning the property. And this is something you should avoid. So if you would like to have help planning a real estate purchase properly, maybe just in the future or also in the near future, or you would like to have holistic advice that you don't fall into any financial trap, then reach out on our website www.proper-api.de, register for a free initial consultation, and we will see how we can help you in your situation. Talk to you soon.